In the time of the aristocrats, there stood a high tower in Mondstadt's plaza. It was built to honor Barbatus, the animal archon in name. Yet, in reality, it was nothing more than a flamboyant display of wealth and power, but a royal to gloat over the commoners. The one time in the year that the commoners living in these dark times could find a little solace was during Ludi Harpastum. The book MONSTADTTOWER is actually interesting. That was just a few of the paragraphs in the first book. Well, you see, Genshin Impact has a plethora of books for you to read on. But have you ever seen a Growtopia adaptation of Genshin Impact? Today, I give to you my adaptation of Genshin Impact in Growtopia. Let's begin! Win or lose, good game, I'm Arceus, the GG3 Guildmaster. Welcome back to a new video, and today, it's a Sunday, and that means we're back with another Growtopia video. By the way, GG3, if you have not seen my Genshin Impact videos, I've already posted 2 of those, part 1 and part 2 of my Genshin Impact walkthroughs. Please check it out in the description below, or above in this video right now. You can check out the playlist, so that you guys will not be missing out on this playlist. By the way, so today, I'm actually living up the hype of the Genshin Impact video game release, and I have decided to change my set in Growtopia into that of, you guessed it, Kaeya, the cavalry captain for the Knights of Favonius. Let me actually show you what I have in store. So this is actually composed of the following. First off, definitely has to be the eye patch. If you take a look at Kaeya, he's known for his eye patch in his character, in his right eye actually. And good thing that Growtopia captivates that actual look. So we have here Arceus with the eye patch. The second is gonna be the Heart Sword. So if you have checked out part 2 of my Genshin Impact series, by the end of part 2 when I finally unlock Kaeya, I finally got myself this red sword, and I decided the first thing that popped into my mind when I thought of this sword definitely has to be the Heart Sword in Growtopia. So this is one of the items that I have for this set. Third, we have the anime male hair. Now this hair, definitely, it reminds me a lot of Kaeya because of the first one, it's anime. And second, while initially being red, we can dye the hair inside the game to make it look like the bluish, greenish color that Kaeya has. So take a look at this one. I used the combination of black, blue, and green dyes to create this in the game. Fourth, since there isn't exactly a proper shirt outfit in Growtopia that would match Kaeya, I decided to go with the silk vest blue because number one, Kaeya is known for his blue accents, and the first thing that popped into my mind when I thought of an outfit definitely has to be the silk vest, color blue. The next one has to be the wool scarf. I would go with the aviator scarf because it's much more white and it resembles the feather cape that Kaeya has, but the thing is, it's pretty much hard to find in the game, so I decided to go stick with the wool scarf, which is much more expendable. And then lastly, of course, I have the zodiac wings because I believe it's the closest thing to the wings of glory, the one that I got in my first Genshin Impact video. It is the first wing glider rather, that you will be getting in Genshin Impact that will be given to you by Amber. So I believe that the zodiac wings properly matches that, so I went with that one. And then lastly, I just went with a random pair of sneakers, which is my all-time favorite, the dab step low top sneakers. I got this, and I think we pretty much have a Kaeya cosplay in the game. But that does not end there, GG3. I've also made a specific world that would match Mondstadt. And let's take a look at that one. Behold, travelers and GG3, welcome to Mondstadt Tower. You guys can take a look at this world in the game. That is going to be spelled as Mondstadt and Tower, so just Mondstadt Tower. So I have decided to recreate my experience in the part 1 of my series into this world. So by the way, once you enter Mondstadt Tower, you'll be seeing this sign. It's called Welcome to Mondstadt, and I have done my best recreation of the statue of the Seven. I can't exactly recreate it, but if you could actually, if you know how the statue of the Seven looks like, it looks like some sort of an angel. I think it's an animal god in Genshin Impact, and since I could not recreate it with a few blocks only, I decided to go stick with surgical blocks. Right there, surgical blocks and a small lock on top to symbolize the head. This part's supposed to be the wings, but forgive me, GG3. And then there's an arrow going down, and we have here Paimon. Ooh, that's a statue of the 7. Forgive me for my impression, but that is a statue of the 7. By the way, this world is still a work in the progress, but I've decided to go with it anyway. We have here Paimon saying that's a statue of the 7, because that is basically what Paimon will say in once you first encounter the statue of the 7, this one. Alright.
We're off to a statue of the 7.
So if we first go to the left, we can visit the woods, the forest, in which we were able to find Venti the Bard and Storm Terror. So I don't have much, items to use to create Storm Terror in this world, but I was able to recreate the forest with these 3 trees. And also, I added the chest, which you will also be seeing, by the way. There are lots of chests in the grasslands of Mondstadt, and I decided to add 1 combustible box right here. And, just for added flair, I added this Growtopian eating looming plant. And then, since the Growtopia map is actually quite small, I decided to compress everything here as much as I could. So we have here Amber. If you have seen part 2 of my video of my Genshin Impact series, she says that
there's a chance there's a monster nest or hilitrol camp inside.
So this is the part when you will be teaming up with Amber to go inside Storm Terror's temple to take down is that what they call a dragon egg or something? A wind egg? I forgot about it, but that is one thing you have to do. So we have here a recreation of the Storm Terror temple. It is my own interpretation, by the way. So there are these portals because they symbolize the portal that you'll be having if you enter them, but they do not lead to anywhere. So yeah, there's also a checkpoint here, by the way. Also, one more thing, GG3, I've worked on the terrain quite a bit. By the way, this world is from a bountiful blast. So by the way, I got the inspiration from our Sachi Springs root farm, since when I saw the landscape for this bountiful blast, the first thing that I remember definitely has to be the Mondstadt landscape. Mondstadt is known for its grassy landscapes and everything, so that is one thing that I did. And also, all the way to the temples in Genshin Impact, you will be seeing all of these rocky roads and different terrain changes, and I decided to captivate that atmosphere into this world. So I added all sorts of blocks to make the landscape much more diverse. So that is the far west of the map. Now, I believe you guys might be excited to take a look at the actual Mondstadt itself. So let's go far to the right. We have your Mondstadt going to the right and Storm Terror Temple going to the left. Now we will be approaching the famous bridge that leads all the way to the Mondstadt hold. And of course, all the way to Mondstadt, there you go, you can see the castles right there. We have here Timmy. By the way, in the first video, we meet Timmy, and he has something to say about the pigeons. He's much more protective of them. So I decided to add Timmy into this world, and he's saying, Timmy, careful! Careful! You might scare the pigeons. If you have actually played Genshin Impact, you would know Timmy on the way to Mondstadt. And I've added some seagulls to bring the reference to life. And of course, up to the entrance, one of my, the first NPCs that I was able to speak with definitely has to be Lawrence. Yes, he is a Knight of Favonius in Genshin Impact, and he says, "Welcome to Mondstadt, traveler." I remember doing that in the first video, so I just added a little homage for him. And we have here a portcullis that symbolizes welcome to Mondstadt. And there's a tiny little checkpoint here. Since the space in the world definitely is so limited, I decided to make use of everything and make pretty much small buildings around the place. And this one is supposed to be Wagner's blacksmith. In part 2 of my series, you can actually see Arceus and Paimon as they visit Wagner to have a conversation about weapons. Then we have here one of Mondstadt's icons, definitely has to be, we have here With Wind Comes Glory. This is one of the souvenir shops that you can visit in Genshin Impact, and it offers a lot of goods. So I decided to recreate that one, as well as the windmill. Yes, Mondstadt will be incomplete without the windmill, so I made my, forgive me guys, my best interpretation of a windmill in this video. So you can see this one, and we have here the Knights of Favonius headquarters. This is still under quick construction because I have a lack of resources. But there it is. Here we have the final right of the map. Let's actually take a look at the bottom here. We have here, this is supposed to be the library. But since I don't have any more mannequins, I was supposed to put Lisa here. Lisa, the librarian of the Knights of Avonius. It will be much more fun to have her here if I had the mannequin and everything. But all we have here are books. And it's pretty much amazing. You know, you could actually visit this world in the game. And I added a little bit of an Easter egg down here, which leads all the way to the world lock. This part is completely default. I did not do anything with it. It's just a tiny little reference I made. But yeah, that's about it. And if we actually take... Oh, I'm so sorry. If we take a look on the upper floor, there's nothing much here except for red wooden walls. Red wood walls, yes. I haven't explored much of Mondstadt yet, so I decided to create some sort of tall tower at the far right of this map to symbolize the Mondstadt Tower, one of the books that you can read in Genshin Impact. The first, I've read actually a few paragraphs of it in the first part of this video. If we go out here, there's a random tenement building. It's just something I added there, you know. And then once you go out here, we have here the Mondstadt City Hall. I don't even know if that exists. I just added there for the sake of a flair. And if you can double jump... Oh, sorry. You can be able to hit this pigeon, the seagull up here, and you can reach all the way to the top of Mondstadt Tower, and you can find this little fountain that I've placed over here. And you can see the rest of the Mondstadt landscape in this video. So this is quite amazing. It's just a... Oh, by the way, I just added some moon lamps over here. By the way, I added these because if you translate Mondstadt in German, Mondstadt, I don't know how to pronounce it in German, Mondstadt, it translates to Moon City. So definitely I added some moon lamps to bring that reference to life as well. And so that's it basically. We have here the entirety of Mondstadt, and it's Mondstadt in Growtopia. It's just a tiny world that I made along with my cosplay of my favorite character, Kaeya. Definitely, I wanted to cosplay as Ether, the main male protagonist in the game, but I decided, you know, I'm gonna go with Kaeya because he seems cool and it's quite amazing. So that is basically a GG3. It's just a pretty short video of me trying to recreate Genshin Impact in Growtopia. I hope you guys did enjoy this, and if you guys did, please do leave a like for Arceus or dislike for Midnight. And if you have any more Growtopia suggestions, please leave them down below. By the way, if you have not watched my other Growtopia videos, I made a short top 10 video about the 10 ways that you can lock your world in Growtopia, as well as me buying the SURGWORLD Blast, in which is where I was able to get these surgical blocks and everything. So you guys can also check it out in the description below. Also, if you are a fan of Genshin Impact, please let me know in the comments below if you want me to make more Genshin Impact videos, and I've promised you guys I'll be making more content, by the way. So please do check out my Genshin Impact series. It's a new series that I'm planning to do and continue, So that's it. Thank you very much for joining me in this video, GG3. My name is Arceus, the GG3 Guildmaster, and always remember, the win or lose good game, and GG3 for life. Yeah.